Instagram platform, and I'm actually streaming live on my Facebook platform. So hi everyone on Facebook and hi everyone on Instagram. Oh, thank you. Ew. Sis looking snatched. Real life driven conversation.
What you say,
Real life driven.
Word on the streets, they know.
Do I say after? Do I say after? I'm sorry. Hi, my name is Renée Edwards-Ambrose, aka Butters, from Antigua, for those who don't know me. I am 33 years old. My profession, I'm an aircraft maintenance engineer. And outside of that, I do so many different things. I am a model, a plus size model, a mentor, a broadcaster apparently. I just recently took up joinery. I'm an amateur drag racer, a motorsports enthusiast, and last I help me out because I'm a member. I deal with branding and management, social media management and curation. So there's a lot of things with regards to social media that I do. I also produce video shoots and photo shoots as well. So we'll get a little bit into that going forward in this live feed. So share the live. Not like share live, but we won't be talking a lot of drama. It's just a matter of speaking about things that I am very passionate about, and tonight I'll be speaking on the topic into modeling. So what I want you guys to do is to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you haven't done that, I'll put the link in the description box for Facebook, and for those who are following me on Instagram, I'll put the link in the description or inside of my my bio. All right. With regards to the type of modeling that I do, I actually do runway modeling, print modeling, commercial modeling, and I also do abstract modeling. And depending on what it is that a customer wants, then I will just apply my creativity to it. And I think that what had really helped me with regards to my modeling career is that, so I did visual arts. Shout out to Mr. Richardson, Bernard Richardson, who was my visual arts teacher for CXC, and also Mr. Rody Christopher from the Antigua Girls High School, who was also my art teacher in first form to third form, I think. So these guys were very instrumental with regards to nurturing my creativity, which kind of helped out everything that I've been doing in my life with regards to, you know, modeling and other parts of who my brand or what my brand is. I am not, well, that was so long ago. I think what it was is that back in the day, there was no real representation of plus size women in Antigua and Barbuda. I can only speak for Antigua and Barbuda because I didn't really go out into the region or internationally yet. And I had a friend, Alex Rose. He does photography here in Antigua as well, and he just said, look, put on a bathing suit and let's go and take some pictures. I'm like, I'm a partner, why not? I had just come back from flight school. That was like 2006, 2007, and I said no problem, let's do it, you know. And we took some really nice pictures. At that point in time, I really didn't think that my smile was all that infectious as people would probably be saying right now. My number look cute, but I didn't think that I didn't think that my smile was all that to speak about, you know. But again, there was no real representation with regards to plus size women in Antigua and Barbuda. And I said, you know what, let me just take the leap of faith and just do it. Person's perception of modeling is a little bit different than what my perception of modeling is. Now the thing is, for me, modeling is using myself, my canvas, to creatively advertise other person's brands, whatever it is. I mean, you can use tires or anything, and you can model a person's brand or product, right? Creatively. For me, I think that I have creatively found a way to use my canvas to advertise for other persons, and in doing that, that not only gives me more confidence, but it also make other women, other men come to me and be like, look, if you can do it, Butters, then I can do it too. And that in itself does a whole lot more for me than what persons would probably think. You know, making other people happy makes me happy. So if making you happy is seeing me strut my stuff on the runway, or even doing print modeling, or seeing me up on a poster with whatever brand that I am advertising, and you can say, look, if Renee can do that, I can do that too, then my work is done there. After I came back from flight school, I wanted to enter a pageant, a Liberta pageant. And again, at that point in time, I didn't think that my smile was all that to talk about or whatever. So I still went through to try out, but that never materialized. And I said to myself, boss, something else have to do. And I think my persistence too kind of led me to where I am right now. Fast forward to when I came back from engineering school, I tried out for Miss Antigua, Queen of Carnival in, was it 2012? I think it was 2012. That was the same year that Dave Lee Payne entered, Renée entered. At that time, I was 238 pounds, give or take. And I definitely said, look, this is what I wanted to do. I've never done pageantry, meaning nothing about tea stance and them kind of someday. But I still said, you know what, let me try it because it's something that I wanted to do. So what I did, I got my ass up and I went with Jason Joseph. Shout out to Jason Joseph. And I went all the way down to 194 pounds. And for those of you who knew me at that point in time, I looked like a bobblehead. Like my body was like this small and my head was like this big. I mean, it looked cute in certain pictures, but at the end of the day, the way in which it was done, I think that in itself was really unhealthy. And these are the lengths that I kind of wanted to go just to try out for Queen of Carnival. Didn't make it because I was apparently still too fat, rose eyes. But at the end of the day, I know that there are people that were rooting for me, thinking that, you know, if a plus size woman can enter, or a full figured woman can enter this, then and represent for us, then there's hope for us at the end of the day. But I didn't make it. Fast forward to probably the year of that, Shandy Lewis Designs approached me and said he wanted me to model a plus size section for his mass troupe, which was Solid International at the time. And I said, okay, Shandy, no problem, let's do it. You know, and I did it, and that made news throughout the region, where people were saying, oh, why plus size women have to show off themselves, and they don't have any place being in a two-piece. That time not for me, body means snatch now. But at the end of the day, people's ideas of what they should see on a plus size woman was really not all that on a tin of Pringles. But it is what it is. Then following that, I went to model for Independence Fashion Show. At that point in time, I was still building my portfolio because I was still learning the industry. I was still rubbing shoulders with a lot of persons that were involved in modeling at the time. I knew Mr. Calvin Southwell. I met Vonda Neal at one point. And I went to try out for modeling. Now, for those who know Mig Nanette no play when it comes to her heels. So you know I had the best teacher in the world when it comes to modeling or walking in high heels. So shout out to my mother who's watching the live right now. Shout out to mommy. So at that first fashion show that I did, nobody wanted me to model this stuff. Like, I was still the plus size woman at that point in time, and nobody even have nothing for plus size, because all the skinny girls of them had pieces and all kind of stuff. And in walks Mr. Shem Henry from Henry Designs, and he say, nobody want you for model? I say no. He said, come, I have something. Let me just dash on something for you. And me tell you, Shem took a scarf, wrap it round so that my nipples weren't showing, put on a leggings, me throw on my heels, and put on a big broad hat, and I strut my stuff on that runway. I still have the picture. I will post that in my edited version of this video. But at the end of the day, I mean, someone will see your greatness at some point in time, right? And I'm just grateful that Shem saw what he saw, and up to this day I've traveled with Shem to Dominica twice. Both times that we went to to Dominica, I actually judged Dominica's Next Supermodel competition. We also traveled to Trinidad and Tobago for a plus size modeling show. And I'm telling you, Shem really made me feel as if like there was a place for me at some point in time. So I'm forever grateful to Shem for giving me that opportunity to do what I wanted to do with regards to modeling. I tried out, after that I said, look, I wanted to do, what was it? Miss Plus Caribbean Universe, which was a pageant. And again, Butters know not all about pageantry. And I was like, look, let's do it. Queen B Designs, that's Queen B from Sebia Farm, that's Terry and Richardson's mom. She did my national wear. Shandy Lewis did Shandy Lewis and Sharon Barton, they did my swimwear. And trust me, a lot of persons from Antigua, Vanda Neal, came on board and sponsored like my accessories and stuff. And there were quite a few persons that came on board to actually sponsor my trip to Trinidad for Miss Plus Caribbean Universe. You know, I didn't win, I didn't place. Remember, Butters and a non-pageant girl. So at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? At least I tried it, and I'm still friends with a lot of the women who have been to that pageant, and help them out in some way, shape or form after the pageant. So again, being able to have a positive impact on someone's life, regardless if you win, lose or draw, I think that is the reason I still do it. Oh gosh, fast forward again, went back to Trinidad. I was introduced to the Caribbean Plus Fashion Week in Trinidad, and for that particular modeling expo, there was a competition embedded in it. So apart from modeling for persons or designers in Trinidad, we also had the opportunity to compete a scavenger wear, where we take things that people would throw away and make an outfit, and also a costume. So Calvin S designed my costume for that competition, and the Ashley Designs was the one who actually constructed my scavenger wear. And what she did, she used the stuff off of the cans, the tabs off of the cans. She used that. She got like over 3,000 of them, and she wove them together, and herself and Anne-Marie King collaborated and actually made that dress. And at the end of that, I came out as the top plus model for that competition, and won for Antigua and Barbuda. So that was my first regional competition that I won. Came back to Antigua for an independence fashion show in 2016, where I partnered with Anne-Marie King at AMK Fashions. And at that fashion show, I had the opportunity to even showcase pieces that we had collaborated on. I called it Plus Wadadli by Rhea. And what we did, we showcased that we can make plus size clothing for women that actually complements their body shape. So for those who have never seen that, I will post that video sometime during this week for my Throwback Thursday or Flashback Friday, where I had my friends, my whole glam squad. I also had Heather Dora model one of my pieces. Her daughter and her granddaughter came to model one of my pieces, and it was really heartwarming to see that was accepted by everyone there. So I think that was one of the highlights for my modeling career. Oh, and it didn't stop there. 2 years after that, I tried out for Miss Curvy Idol. With Miss Curvy Idol, it was a case where you had to submit your pictures, and then people would vote you into the competition. So I was one of the hundreds of women around the world who sent in their pictures, and I actually made it to the top 10 and went. I was the only Caribbean woman in Atlanta, Georgia at the time for that Curvy Idol competition. And at that time, my platform was regards to the Women of Esteem Foundation, who I've done work with here in Antigua and Barbuda. And I'm really, really proud that I could have used my modeling platform to help other women, especially girls, because Women of Esteem Foundation is not just about women, it's about girls, it's about being a mentor for younger girls, so that they can think, look, you don't have to be a hairdresser, you don't have to be a makeup artist, you don't have to be a secretary. There are other things in the world that you can be, and you don't necessarily have to change who you are to fit into that mold. So I'm happy that I could have used my platform, go to Atlanta under the Curvy Idol brand, and win that competition. After that, we had a professional photo shoot after that, and my face was on a lot of boutiques around Atlanta at one point in time, especially the plus size boutiques, because they had sponsored the Curvy Idol competition, and they came on and actually used my face or pictures that they had taken for their branding. So now I have built a huge portfolio. I have shown that not only on runway I do stuff, but I've used my platform to do good things. And I think that at the end of the day, that is what should separate you from other persons, what you do with your likeness. When I come up with a concept, I want it to be a case where I can merge all my brands together. And I think that answers one of the questions that was asked previously on my Instagram page, where someone had asked, have you been able to use modeling to help promote your other passions? And for those who actually follow my page, you actually realize that at the end of the day, it's not just about being in a two-piece bikini and showing out all your juice box, or your legs, or your business, or your boobs, or even going nude. It's about actually being creative in whatever it is that you're doing, and apply your modeling skills to it. You know what I mean? So for a lot of persons that follow Lady Horsepower Farm and that kind of stuff, you realize that I have integrated modeling with Lady Horsepower Farm, so that people can realize, listen, you don't have to just be a auto airhead and not know about cars and just standing up in front of a car. There's so many things that you can play around with regards to cars. I mean, come on, like, but creativity, that's key.
That's making it hurt.
Highs and lows, boy, plenty more lows than highs in this industry at boss. Number one, some of the highs that I have gotten, even though they're not as much as the lows, they still outweigh the lows. For instance, again, as I said earlier, being able to empower and inspire and encourage other people, because man and I'll come and ask me if they want to model for me, you understand? Being able to inspire other persons to get into the modeling industry, that makes me feel like I've done my just due, or I've paid it forward within the modeling industry for persons. You know what I mean? With regards to the lows, persons look at my body. No, to be honest, again, those who know how I look, I have a little tool shed right here, a little tummy here. You know what I mean? And they in their mind, their opinion is I should not be wearing certain type of clothing. But at the end of the day, I mean, if it looks good and it flows well and it look good for me and I can carry on, I'm going to do it. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that I am the greatest representation for plus size women who don't have a very snatched waist, or who don't have a really big posterior. And people, I'm not batty big, but just cool. But at the end of the day, I am just happy that I could represent women across the board with regards to modeling. Yes, there are a lot of things that I'm actually putting in place with regards to my branding and having a specific brand. I'll speak a little bit later about what I'll be doing within the next couple of months going forward under the In Real Life brand and modeling and so forth. But yes, things will be in the woodwork with regards to having my own brand on the INREALYFE brand. I will talk about that a little bit more. I've recently put together a plan going forward for In Real Life Enterprise, where I will have my own modeling agency, and it doesn't necessarily have to be plus size models. I want to have a platform where I can develop models going forward, where I can teach them some of the tricks that I had learned along the way going forward as a model. Because what you find is that people think that you just go in front of a camera and pose and that's it. There's a lot more that goes into being a model than just looking cute in front of a camera. I can remember that sometimes I do photo shoots, and sometimes I go and it takes an hour to do makeup and 3 minutes in front of the camera, and I'm like, some people take a whole 45 minutes in front of the camera. But again, if you don't know your angles, if you don't know how to carry clothing, if you don't know all of these things, then it doesn't make any sense that you claim say that you want to be a model, right? It's not just about the face. People just want to get popular off of it, but I think that is a lot more that one can offer as a model with regards to going forward, and I want to create a platform specifically for that. Then I also want to have my closet, In Real Life closet. Now again, what you find is that a lot of women don't have really nice clothing, not just for outings or events, but you don't have something to go to work, or something to just go to a business meeting, or something to go to a seminar in. You know, it's just jeans and it's just a pantsuit, or it's a suit in general. And I have found a niche where I will be selling a lot of clothing. Even clothes out of my closet are going to go at a discounted price, because really and truly I'm going to go every day and wear black pants and white shirt, or jeans pants and white shirt within the next couple of weeks, because buying clothes is real expensive. But I'll be selling clothing shortly, so look out for In Real Life closet, and I'll have a lot more information with that. So as the time goes by, just follow me on all my social media platforms, and I'll have all that information going forward. So that's going to be In Real Life Enterprise. The other tier of In Real Life Enterprise is going to be events. So with regards to fashion show and plus size fashion show and plus size events, I will be getting involved in that as well. So as soon as outside open up a little bit more, look out for stuff with regards to In Real Life Enterprise. All right, so that's what's going to be happening with my brand going forward, my modeling brand going forward. All right, so one of the tips that I want to give persons that want to get into modeling is just start. First of all, just start, do your research. I had to do so much research over the last 15 years to get where I am right now. I have never done a course in modeling. I have never done social media marketing courses. I've never done branding courses. But I read a lot, I research a lot. YouTube and Google University are my best friends. The only thing that I've done is project management, so I can kind of manage my time a lot more. Going forward, I think I'd probably step into that, but I have learned through trial and error, and I know the industry in Antigua and Barbuda. So at the end of the day, having that experience kind of sets me apart from a lot of persons. It's not a popularity contest for me. It's not, really and truly. And I want to talk a little bit about how persons view models in Antigua and Barbuda. First of all, right? If you come to me and tell me that you want me to model for you, be sure that you'll be getting an invoice from me. Because again, over the last 15 years, I've developed my brand. I paid my way to do just about 99.9% of the things that I have been doing with regards to modeling. I have fronted money for things for my modeling career. You understand? So at the end of the day, it's not because it's friend and company and that kind of stuff, and oh, she just want for 2 minutes. Yeah, but then you want me to for 2 minutes because you know that I will be able to model your shit. At the end of the day, I just want to ensure that y'all understand that this is a business. And for persons that are just going into modeling, don't think that you could just get into modeling and reach the top tier position in modeling. You have to work your way up, build a portfolio, partner with photographers. There are a lot of photographers in Antigua and Barbuda. There are a lot of persons around here that want to build their portfolio as a photographer as well. So you can partner with them to build your portfolio. And please, oh gosh, Jack, and all nakedness I want to see. It's not about being naked, whether you're plus size or whether you're skinny. It had nothing to do with having no clothes on. Because yes, yeah, you want people to realize that you're confident in your skin, but oh gosh, Jack, and every person that looking for a model wants somebody that will have all them shnu they do. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I think that getting into the modeling industry, please, there are different ways you can build your portfolio. And oh gosh, Jack, you see this makeup. When you go for, let's say you do screening for a modeling event, they would rather that you not have on much makeup. So they want you to kind of look like this. Probably put on like a lipstick or whatever, but now come with the eyelash that also, and the eyebrow that all the way up by your hairline, and the black lipstick. Because I mean, they might want you as a designer to put on something that they would have to do your makeup for you, or that kind of stuff, and they want to ensure that whatever your facial structure is, that they can work along with it. So oh gosh, Jack, if you're building your portfolio, try to use as minimal amount of makeup as possible going forward in that. People's idea of what modeling is kind of screwed here. People would walk up to me and say, Renee, want to get into modeling. Why do you want to get into modeling? And they can't answer that. Oh, I just want to just make some money, model, just put on. No, it has nothing to do with, well, for me, it has nothing to do with that. You understand? And before you can make money, you have to make sense. And so you go in. If you want to make money, you have to make sense. And you can't make sense and people won't take you seriously if the only thing that you're going to do is have on a 2-piece bathing suit with your juice box there, do. Alright? And that is as real as I can put it. Do not do this for the likes. Oh gosh, no, do this for the likes. Let me tell you why. Because if you gonna live for people comments, you're gonna die. You understand? There are people that get into the industry, whether it be any kind of industry, whether it be modeling, whether it be drag racing, whatever, right? And as much as I encourage people to take constructive criticism from persons that have gone through whatever, oh gosh, listen to me, Jack. If you go do what you do because you want people to like you, I might as well you top. Because if people, let's say you and somebody agree, you understand, and somebody come and say, oh, I don't like she, and then they go and tell somebody and he get back around to you, you gonna say, oh well, I feel depressed because this person like me, I'm not get this enough viewership or whatever. Me right now I have 22 people on my life, and you would think that I would probably have 900, but this not have nothing to all to do with how many people on the live. At the end of the day, these 22, 21 people and 6 people here on my Instagram feed is actually staying there because they think that I make sense, and what I can bring to the table is something that they can copy and paste into their formula for life. So at the end of the day, this not have nothing to all to do with likes, right? Do what you have to do, get where you have to get, work hard, push your body. You understand? If you need help, ask for help. And you know, sometimes I don't like asking for help. That's my Achilles heel, right? I don't like asking for help. So a lot of the things that I do it by myself because I love ask people for doing nothing for me. You understand? But as time progressed, I kind of had to open up to other persons and be like, listen, I need help. You understand? I need help. Try and be somebody else. I don't want it to be Butters. I don't want it to be Renée. I don't want it to be anybody else. What I want you to do is to work on yourself and make yourself happy so that you too can reach out and help other people. You understand? You too can reach out and help other people. For me, I think that my purpose has been fulfilled. And I don't think it has to do with just the modeling. I think that it has to do with my overall outlook at life and what I've accomplished and what I've done so far and how many persons I've helped, whether it's directly or indirectly. I think that it's worth it. It's a lot of work, but it's absolutely worth it. I am happy that I can not only help the persons around me, but change their perception of what the ideologies of modeling is, and they can use nuggets from what I tell them to be better versions of themselves going forward. Because trust me, I've had persons come up to me and say, Butters, thank you for everything. And I'm like, no, that's fine, because at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with what I can do for you and you give me something in return or whatever. That doesn't necessarily mean anything to me. Like the small business owners that need help, that it's okay. But bigger corporations that harm budget for marketing, you best believe that they may get the full extent of the law and the invoice, because nobody's supposed to take advantage of nobody, especially when they're putting in the work. So thanks guys, and remember to look out for Real Life Closet. Shout out to my face of in Real Life Enterprise Diary Merchant. Look out for the shoot, because the shoot is fire. Thank you so much for tuning into my live. Thanks to all my sponsors for Real Life Driven Conversations. I really appreciate the support, and for everyone that has been in my corner from the time I stepped in front of the camera for the first time to right now. I am super grateful to you guys. I don't even know what else to say, boss, because this is my first live feed speaking about my modeling career. My next live feed after my second season for Real Life Driven Conversations. When I go live, I'll be speaking about how I got into aircraft engineering, and then after my third season, I'll be going on live and speaking about how I got into drag racing. So look out for those live feeds. This video will be posted on YouTube as well. So for those who probably wouldn't have seen it on Facebook, I'll put that on YouTube as well. Alright, so thanks so much guys. I really appreciate it again. Boy, I must say thank you about a million times, but gratitude is a must differently. Alright, so people, thank you so much. Remember to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, email, and look out for Real Life Driven Conversation song with Drastic. Big up yourself, Drastic, because you can hear me rap, because I can rap too. So you know, you can sell all the way off. Alright, thank you guys.
What you say,
Real life.
What's your vibe? We can vibe
Driven.
out. Word on the streets, they know
Do I say it
what you say.
after? Do I say it after? I'm sorry.
I'll say it every time now.
In real life. I'm Renée Edwards-Ambrose, aka Butters. I'm your host. You're tuned in to Real Life Driven Conversations.